Hey family, it's your girl Denise, just Denise. Post Spartan Sprint Denise. Oh my goodness. Hear a bunch of people walking around DC sounding like that today. And it's because they ran National Stadium Spartan Sprint Stadium Series. It's the second of I tried to do a trifecta last year, which is the Beast, 13 plus miles plus obstacles, the Super, 8 plus miles plus obstacles, and the Sprint, 3 plus miles plus obstacles. Last year I got through 2 of them and injured my back 3 days before I was supposed to finish the third. So I have to start all over again this year. And I did the Spartan Beast. Oh, that was a beast. 2 weeks ago, and then the Spartan Sprint today. Listen, I am a very, I don't know what's wrong with me when I know I have to be someplace. All types of stuff happens, and I end up rushing, always rushing, and then getting there in time, but it's like just in time, right? So same thing this morning. Could barely sleep. I always get very anxious before a race. So I was up in plenty of time, but for some reason I still got here at like 9:15 when I had a 9:30 heat. And so all the conversations that, we have whenever we do things and we want to anticipate or predict, how they're going to turn out. So all those conversations in my head, oh man, Denise, you don't give yourself enough time to warm up. You mess around and you're going to hurt yourself. Then I look down, I'm like, you got the wrong shoes on. You weren't supposed to wear these shoes. And now your ankles are going to hurt, or your feet are going to hurt, or, oh my goodness, this is going to happen. And I ran it last year. And all I wanted to do was kind of beat my time this year and honor my brother, Shelly Bowers Jr., who was a Nationals baseball lover. Took me to my one and only Nats game that I've ever gone to. And God called him home last year. And so I wanted to run this, and I will run it every year for the rest of my life. As long as they have this race here, I will run it to honor him. But I ran it last year, and so I had some ideas on how I'm going to do this obstacle, what I'm going to do with that. Oh my God, the spear throw. I never make the spear throw. Just all types of conversations in my head. The race starts at a different spot this year. Everything about most of the obstacles and the rigor of the course, everything is different. And I'm just having conversations in my head the whole time. Oh, Denise, see, you should have done this. See, you should have. And at some point, I just had to tell myself, Denise, shut up talking to me, man. You got to talk to that person in you that's just not speaking any type of life to your situation. I'm not talking about the external people, because you can't control them. You can punch them in the mouth and try to shut them up if you want, but you probably get locked up, and that's just not worth it. But when you're dealing with that person inside you, man, you got to be okay with telling yourself, shut up talking to me, man. If you're not saying nothing that's going to help me get over this wall I have to jump over, in my case, literally today, got over all of them. If you're not doing nothing to help me get up these 6 flights of stairs that I have to run up, then shut up talking to me. Because you just telling me everything that I can't do. You're pointing out all the obstacles, which I see them. I'm not blind. I can see them in front of me. You're pointing out all the challenges that are ahead of me. I already know that stuff. I don't need you, Denise, telling you, Denise, all the challenges. Tell you, Denise, how you're going to overcome them. That's all you need to say, or shut up talking to me. And you just got to be okay with telling yourself sometime, girl or brother or whomever you are, you need to be quiet. If you're not saying anything to bring life to this situation, to bring solution to problems, to bring persistence to challenges, if you're not saying anything to yourself that will bring life to a situation and help you ultimately find whatever your definition of success is for that situation, you got to be okay with telling yourself, shut up. I had to tell me shut up so many times today. And then I finally got into this groove. Some of the obstacles were different. Like they had assault bikes this time. It's like, why? They always put the rope at the end when my grip is gone. And I had to remind myself that have that other conversation with the person who would bring life. Listen, remember when you did this, you can do this again. Remember when you got up this particular challenge, you can get over that particular challenge again. And you got to decide who you want to listen to. You know, they got that cartoon where you got the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. I'm not going that far, but there are so many parts of us, and we have to decide what part of us we're going to listen to. And the Denise that was trying to tell Denise this morning about all the things that were going to go wrong needed to shut up, man. I mean, shut the heck up. You just bothering me right now, and I got to do these 3 miles and get over this wall. And you know I hate heights. Shut up. Like, this is the conversation in my head. And whatever, you know, finally, when you stop giving attention to things, they're going to go away. Those negative thoughts, negative people in your life, negative scenarios, they're there because you give attention to them. Now, I'm not saying that if you don't pay attention to them, they're going to poof disappear, but you don't have to give attention to them. Just like right now, my bag is sitting in the chair next to me, right? I'm not giving attention to it. It's still there. But I'm not rummaging through it. I'm not paying attention. I'm not trying to see if my water bottle is leaking on my papers or anything. It's just, it can be there. Doesn't mean it has to command my attention. And so those thoughts in your head for that other self that is not speaking life to your situation, that's trying to convince you to give into these challenges, just tell it, shut up. And give attention to that part of you, that life-giving part of you that's connected to your creator or your consciousness, and tell it, or listen to it, say, come on, man, remember when that happened? You got through that. You can get through this too. Listen, remember when that was hard? It wasn't no harder than this. You can do that too. And remind yourself of the victories so that you can have this victory too. Because if you give attention to the one reminding you of the challenges, then you'll just have that challenge. You'll have the failure. You'll have that hurt. You'll have that disappointment. You'll have all of that. And listen, all of this took place within a 45-minute period. Like, this whole conversation is up and down, up and down, up and down within a 45-minute period. So you know the types of conversations that you have in your life throughout a 24-hour period. This is not something that's a one and done. You're going to have to continue to have these conversations with yourself over and over again. And what you give attention to will persist. That is what you'll see. It's okay to tell that part of you that is not bringing life to a situation, shut up talking to me, man. I'm so glad I did, because boom, 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 got my medal. I bettered my time by like 20 minutes, if not more. I ran into George. Those of you who followed my Spartan Beast race 2 weeks ago on the top of a mountain in New Jersey, I talked about George. He's done 6 trifectas. He has cerebral palsy. And we met because we helped him through some rocks up a mountain. I mean, like, this brother's out there doing it. And I bumped into him here on this race course today, out there with the big old 20-pound sandbag on his shoulder, one step at a time, climbing these steps of this stadium, cerebral palsy or not. He's like, I'm not listening to that. Don't tell me I can't. I got 6 trifectas with cerebral palsy. What's that? Shut up talking to me. That's the conversation he has in his head. I love it. I pull energy and strength from seeing people like that, because then I have to, when I don't have my own, if you know David Goggins, he has a book called Can't Hurt Me, and he talks about the cookie jar, where every time you have a victory, you put that in the cookie jar, mental cookie jar. You can write it down and physically put it in a jar and say, you know, hey, I got up today. Hey, I walked the extra mile today. Hey, I you know, got 50 new clients today. Whatever the victory is, large or small, you take it and you put it away so that you have this cache of victories to just kind of remind yourself that I did that. And whenever you need to be reminded that you can do something now because you've got a challenge faced in front of you, you go into that cookie jar and you pull out the victory so you can see, oh, okay, I can be victorious again, right? And so every time George does a Spartan race, he has a reminder that clearly cerebral palsy is not the thing that's going to get him, because he's got 6 trifectas, run 60 plus something races. Like, this guy is killing it. And so when I don't have a victory that I can pull from my cookie jar, or I just refuse to see it, I can look to others like that and say, listen, this brother is doing it and I can too. Why not? And that part of me that's saying I can't needs to shut up talking to me. I love each and every one of y'all, man. You have no idea. I pull strength from each and every one of you as well. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for being a part of any part of my journey. Find the strength to tell a part of you that's not bringing life to any of your situations to be quiet, and give attention to that part of you that is willing to put in the time and the effort, is willing to do what's necessary and required to make you successful in every endeavor you pursue. God bless y'all. Love you. Happy Mother's Day if you're a mom. Have a great day.